Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. What is going on, man? Oscar Valdez gets the knockout. Seniesa Estrada becomes undisputed. Raymond Morataya gets a victory over Indengini. I mean, tonight was a good night of boxing. You know what I'm saying? From what I seen Raymond Morataya, I saw Oscar Valdez, and I saw Seniesa Estrada. Um, I saw highlights of Richard Torres Jr. I couldn't catch the undercards. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good night of boxing. You know, a Friday night. Um, Beautiful atmosphere in Phoenix, in Arizona. It was Oscar Valdez's comeback to his hometown where he got beat by Emmanuel Navarrete the last time he was out. So I mean, Oscar Valdez put on a great performance tonight. Everything was hitting for Oscar Valdez. Um, Liam Wilson, he came out, he did his thing. You know, it is the odds was stacked against him. The everything was just stacked against him. You know, he felt like he got robbed against Emmanuel Navarrete, the long count. He felt like he should have been the champion. Uh, he felt like he knocked out Emmanuel Navarrete, and Emmanuel Navarrete came back and got him out of there. You know, tonight he just did not. Once he got hurt, once he got hit by Oscar Valdez, he could not hang on. He could not do anything to. So much fire, so much attacking was coming from Oscar Valdez. He could not do anything. You know, he couldn't even clinch. He couldn't do nothing. He didn't throw anything back. I mean, it was a good stoppage. You know what I'm saying? And he was pissed after. He was kind of mad that they stopped the fight. But when you're taking that type of punishment and not throwing anything back, what are you telling the ref? You know what I'm saying? But for him, I know he's discouraged, but it was a great fight. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those types of fights. It was a really good fight. You know, Oscar Valdez came out, he was throwing those wild hooks, and he was the whole time. Oscar Valdez was just coming. He was putting good work on Liam Wilson. Look, this dude, Liam Wilson, from what I saw, was he was catching him with a lot of uppercuts and things like that. But Oscar Valdez was fighting like the old Oscar Valdez. You know what I'm saying? That right there was Oscar Valdez in his prime type shit. I thought Oscar Valdez did a great job tonight. You know, usually we see Oscar Valdez, especially after the Emmanuel Navarrete fight. You know, he was just discouraged, and to be honest, I didn't think we would see Oscar Valdez anymore. So when I heard about this fight, him getting that opportunity again, I mean, it just shows you who Oscar Valdez really is, and we seen him on social media. He's always been training with Eddie Reynoso. He got back to it, and tonight it showed. It showed what they've been working on. It showed all the hard work that they've been doing. Um, I think that Oscar Valdez, he could definitely be a champion in this division. He just gotta buckle down. You know what I'm saying? Oshaki Foster was in the audience. I seen him. That's a great potential matchup for Oscar Valdez because that's a dude that he's been in wars as well, and he's fought guys like Oscar Valdez. So I think that that's a great matchup for Oscar Valdez, and that's a fight that should happen. But and ultimately, I thought Oscar Valdez did a great job tonight. I had Oscar Valdez winning by knockout. I didn't see it no other way. I thought that Liam Wilson, in order for him to win the fight, it would possibly have to be by knockout. There was a lot of flags heading into this fight. Oscar Valdez on the older side, Liam Wilson on the younger side. He's 13. He's 13-2, I believe. Two losses with two. He's been knocked out twice. So it was a lot of red flags in this type of fight. Whereas you got this old dog that, he's been taking he took a L that kind of made him kind of retire, from the sport. So you're thinking that Oscar Valdez would possibly go in there and he possibly would get knocked out. Liam Wilson was 13 and he had 7 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? So you would think that this dude was coming from Australia and about to knock this dude out. But in my opinion, it was Oscar Valdez back at home, so it was another homecoming, and he had to get the job done. His back was against the wall. There was no way that he was not going to be victorious on tonight. You know, it was going to be very tough, but he was going to have to get the job done against Liam. Um, and I think that he did a great job at that. You know, so congratulations to Oscar Valdez on his victory, on his TKO victory in the 7th round. I wish I would have live betted that 7th round because I knew it was gonna come soon. But it is what it is, Seniesa Estrada, super bad Estrada versus Yoka. I mean, that fight right there was that fight right there was pretty crazy, right? It was an intense fight. Seniesa Estrada, came out wanted to be undisputed. The little girl from East Los Angeles, and I thought that was she put on a good performance, man. She put on a good performance. But Yoka put on a good performance as well, and that fight right there could have been, to me, in my opinion, how it went down. You had Yoka coming down on her, and she was putting in work. You know, the refs, the judges saw it that she only won 3 rounds, I believe. I mean, that 10th round alone just showed you that Yoka was not here to play and almost got Seniesa up out of there. I think that fight was very close in my opinion, but obviously the judging and all that, they didn't think so. You know, in my opinion and the fans' opinion, Yoka, I don't know if you could say that she 100% won that fight because I feel like it was just that close of a fight, but they felt like the headbutt was intentional from Seniesa Estrada. They felt that Seniesa actually threw her head into her, causing her to get a cut over the right eye, a deep cut over the right eye, and they felt like that was intentional. And who was better to say that than her old trainer, who probably taught her that, you know, she probably taught her that shit. You know what I'm saying? The slower fighter down. Now we seen Yoka have to fight through that, from I believe what the 3rd round or 2nd round that she got that cut. So it was pretty intense. But in my opinion, I think that the judging was didn't do her justice. I think that they already had it set to who was gonna win that fight. Seniesa Estrada on top ranked. It was most likely gonna go to her. Um, I felt like the scorecards were just a little too wide in my opinion. I think Yoka did a lot of good work that she could have potentially won multiple rounds, and even a draw would have been a perfect scoring on that fight because it was just that intense. She was coming after. It wasn't like she was just there standing and she wasn't throwing nothing back. She was throwing a hella punches back. So this was definitely Seniesa Estrada's toughest opponent, but she became undisputed. So congratulations to her. I know that Yoka's camp wants the rematch, and I think they deserve it. I think that they deserve that rematch because it was that good of a fight. That 10th round was just telling. Yoka was coming forward. She caught Seniesa Estrada with a big shot, and Seniesa was, it could have. She could have potentially dropped at any moment, but she didn't. So credit to Seniesa on that. Um, Obviously she was victorious, undisputed, and that's great for her and her career and her legacy. And congratulations to her. I would love to see that rematch. I think that a rematch is definitely wanted. And I would definitely want to see that again. Raymond Morataya versus Indengini. Raymond Morataya, obviously has been built up to be that guy, you know what I'm saying? To be that dude, and I think that an Indengini who fought a guy like the likes of Arnold Barboza, who got him up out of there in the 8th round. You got Raymond Morataya, who's highly based on power. You know, it was a lackluster performance tonight. I'm not sure if something was going on with him. Anything could have went. But I think that Raymond Morataya definitely had a lackluster performance tonight. He did not perform to expectations. The expectations were that he had to knock out Indengini before um, Arnold Barboza, and obviously Ndingini was game and he came to play. You know what I'm saying? And he was not there to be knocked out tonight. But you can't knock them all out. And I think commentating, to be honest, could play a big part in that. You got Meatball Head, Timothy Bradley, just talking hella shit about these fighters, and it's selective. It's selective shit talking, right? Because you see him with certain fighters, and I'm not gonna throw no crazy statement out there, but you see him with certain fighters, in the way that he talks about them, and then you see him with other fighters in the way he talks about them. I think that is distasteful, and I think that Top Rank should regulate that. But I mean, that's Timothy Bradley. At the end of the day, he's gonna have his opinion. He's gonna talk his shit, and Top Rank gonna keep paying him. Meatball Head is gonna be doing Meatball Head shit. You know what I'm saying? But Raymond Monataya, obviously, he deserves a fight with one of those top names so he could get that opportunity. Because if in this game, you could kind of see how it goes. Regis Prograis has a lackluster performance against uh, Danilo, and now the top names is calling his name out. Hey, Teofimo Lopez has a has a bad performance against George Kambosos. Then people want to start calling his name out, and that's just how it works. You know what I'm saying? You show some vulnerability inside of the ring, and your name starts ringing bells. But I think that Raymond Morataya, he's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be good under Robert Garcia. So I'm not too worried about him. And then Genie was just there. He was there to show some stuff that Raymond Morataya has to obviously work on and get better at. But I'm not too worried about Raymond Morataya and his future in boxing. You know. I think who took the cake tonight though is Meatball Head, half a Meatball Timothy Bradley. I mean, the commentating is getting outrageous. To be honest, it's getting outrageous. I think that it is just distasteful. It's distasteful. It's just not. Like, dude, commentate the fight. Don't give your opinion about the fighter and what he's doing, um, and what you think. You know what I'm saying, that you don't like to see from him and stuff like that. Like pointing out that he doesn't like the way that he's throwing the hooks, or gets in that peekaboo stance and just staying straight up, like Canelo Alvarez and this and that. I think that it's just shots at Canelo Alvarez, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's what he was trying to do. Is to take shots at Canelo Alvarez to try to dumb him down. You know what I'm saying? So to me, to be honest, it's just distasteful. Commentate the fight. If he's committing mistakes inside of the ring, who gives a fuck? Who cares? See what I'm saying? If you commentating a fight, this dude is out here pointing out what the hell. He's in the peekaboo stance and he's motherfucking he shouldn't be doing that and shit like that. Like, motherfucker, commentate the fight. He's in the peekaboo stance and he's throwing the right hook. Commentate that right hook, motherfucker. Don't be telling me that he's in the peekaboo stance and that's the Canelo stance and this it doesn't work and this and that. Like, dog, nobody gives a fuck about that. If he gets knocked out doing that shit, all right then. You know what I'm saying? But if he's in there fighting, I don't understand why the hell we talking about why the peekaboo stance is the wrong stance and shit like that. Makes zero sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I just want to hear you commentate. Oh, he throws a big right hook. Oh, he's in the peekaboo stance. Okay, he's thinking. He's thinking. He's thinking. Boom, he hits him down. He hits him with an uppercut, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if for you to be telling me the peekaboo stance and why he doesn't like it, and because Eddie Reynoso taught him, and Canelo Alvarez does it in the gym, and they have mice in the gym, and I don't care about none of that shit. Just commentate the fight. Timothy, half a meatball, Bradley. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear about what the hell is going on with the stance, you know, because he won. So now what? So now what could you say about the stance? It worked, right? It worked. So now what? You know what I'm saying? It makes zero sense to me. Every fighter fights different. There's nobody that mimics the exact same replica of another fighter. You know what I'm saying? Every fighter fights different. And that's just how it goes. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We out, man. Peace.